This is the Baldins Tech Finder review of the OnePlus 15. So this has been one of my favorite phones to review, to be honest, until this point. I've really enjoyed using this phone. I'm going to start off by talking about the build quality. And normally with a flagship phone, I don't really spend a lot of time discussing the build quality, but I think with this phone, it deserves it. So it has a fiberglass reinforced plastic back with a micro oxidation ceramic coating. And what that means is it's very strong and very scratch resistant at the back. I still use the cover, like the one included in the box, but I'll show you what I mean. So if I scratch it like this, you'll think, oh, but it scratched so easily. But no, that's not the phone scratching. That's actually the phone taking off part of my nail, because as you see, it just dusts away. Because this back is so strong that I can't scratch it, it's scratching me. The front glass is made of Gorilla Glass Victus 2, so extremely strong, extremely scratch resistant. It comes also with a pre-applied screen protector, and it has IP68 and IP69K dust and water resistance, so you can take hot water jets to the body. You can throw it in your washing machine and let it run, and nothing's going to happen to this phone. It's incredibly strong. Let's talk about the screen a bit more. It's a 1272p LTP AMOLED display. I think it's very good, it's very clear, it's very nice. And it can do up to 165 Hz in gaming mode. Not in your normal scrolling or whatever it is, but only on certain games that support it goes up to 165 Hz. In terms of performance, it's using the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, which is the latest flagship chipset from Snapdragon. It's the one you'll see in all the top flagship Android phones going forward, in the likes of your top Xiaomi's and your S26 once it releases and things like that. So as you can imagine, it handles any task with ease, gaming, whatever it is, just moving around with OnePlus software. To be honest, it's very snappy, very smooth, one of the best experiences you're going to have. In terms of the camera, so this is the big controversy with the OnePlus 15 this year. It has a triple camera setup, 50 megapixel main, 50 megapixel ultra wide, and a 50 megapixel telephoto. The big controversy is that they're using a smaller sensor than what they used on the OnePlus 13. And obviously that means it captures less information, less light, and should have not as good picture quality. But from using the phone, I actually think the camera quality is very decent, very good. It's a very good set of cameras. Is it on the level of the top phone camera setups on phones? No, it's not. It's not as good as something you'll get on like the Vivo X300 Pro or the Oppo Find X9 Pro or the latest Pro Max from iPhone or Ultra from Samsung. But it's not so far behind those phones. It's not the best that you're gonna get, but it's still a very good set of cameras. And like for most people, to be honest, for myself, it's more than good enough. It's a very good set of cameras. You'll see, obviously, it has been showing now some examples of photos I've taken, and with a bit of optimizations from OnePlus and a little bit of AI smarts, it makes those pictures look even a bit better. Obviously, those things you can turn off if you want. The speakers are nice and loud and quite clear. We can just have a quick tester on that. Yeah, and as you could have seen there, I wasn't even putting it on the full volume, but it's nice, loud, clear speakers. The next thing I want to talk about is the battery experience. And I say battery experience because I'm putting it as battery life and charging together. So the battery life is incredible. It's one of the best you'll get on a smartphone. I've seen online, I haven't done one like this, but I've seen online battery tests where they let the phone run until it dies basically, and it scored over 14 hours of screen on time in a single go, which is incredible. In real world usage, on an average user, you get to use your phone maybe 4 hours a day screen on time. You're probably going to get maybe 5 hours a day screen on time. You're probably going to get about 2 days full usage out of a single charge. If you're a light user, you could go into the third day. If you're a heavy user, maybe you'll get a day and a half or so. But I've had days where I've had like 10 hours of screen on time, and the phone still wasn't dead. So, and I only needed to charge it the next day, and then so it's just amazing the battery life you get on this thing. And then the reverse side of that is the other side of that is the charging. So the charging is amazing. It does up to 120 watts. It comes with 120 watt charger in the box. They use different charging settings, so you can charge a bit slower if you want to keep the phone cooler as it charges. But on the default setting, I think it was about 50 minutes for me to full. It's advertised where you can do a turbo mode. It's advertised for 40 minutes to full charge on this massive battery that lasts like 2 days. To be honest, if your battery is low and you put it on charge for 20 minutes while you get ready to go somewhere, you're good for the day. That's how amazing it's been. Yeah, so that's probably the best part about the phone, even though everything else about the phone is great as well. The next thing I want to talk about is compatibility, using it here in South Africa. So in terms of network and does it use our bands and our carriers, so I only tested it with MTN, but as you can see, it has full 5G here and has full 5G pretty much anywhere I go that has 5G in the area. So the network is amazing. In terms of Google services, that has been no issue. So this is using Oxygen OS. This is the Chinese version, but it's flashed with the global ROM, and so it already comes pre-installed with Play Store and everything. If you get the Chinese version of the Chinese ROM, it does support Google services. The Play Store might not be installed already. You might have to install it manually. But with the global ROM like I'm using, it comes with the Play Store there. Everything just works. There's no setup. There's nothing you have to do. All your Google services work. Your Google Wallet and your tap to pay and all that stuff works as well, with no issues. So yeah, your YouTube, your Google services, that's no issues at all. In terms of notifications, there's some things that the Chinese phones can have delays and things like that. I haven't had any issues regarding this phone. There was one thing, and I saw online that it might be because I decided to transfer my things over from a previous phone instead of doing it as a new setup. So my Gmail, only with Gmail, emails weren't coming through, but there was a setting in Gmail, and I'll leave it in the comment section, that I changed. It was a quick thing and then it worked fine. Some people are worried about their health apps and discovery apps and things, that all of that will work fine. There's no issues on that. Your banking apps, I only tested F&B in particular, worked fine. Where I had a little bit of an issue was streaming apps, particularly the DSTV streaming app. So initially when I tried to stream, the app worked. If I started a video, it showed black only. And I could change it. Eventually I found a fix, and the reasoning it's doing it is a bit complicated, but basically it's just like a software glitch that I'm hoping will be patched in the future, but I can't guarantee it will be. But the fix, I will leave the steps down in the comment section, was basically to go into to enable developer options, go into developer options, and where is it now? go to media DRM settings and just keep this enabled. And if you already installed DSTV Now app, you just have to clear the cache for the DSTV Now app and log in again. But if you did this before you installed DSTV Now app, then it will just work. And yeah, that's it. That's what made it work. And the last thing was syncing with my Galaxy Watch. So that was a bit finicky. So Galaxy Watches tend to have a bit of annoyance when they're not syncing to Samsung phones. But it took a few tries. Eventually it did sync. I don't know why it didn't sync the first time. I don't know why it took a few tries. But eventually it did sync, and then it just worked from there on. It worked perfectly fine. Yeah. So my overall experience with the OnePlus 15 is overwhelmingly positive. Like, honestly, this is the best compliment I can give it is that this is currently, for me, the easiest phone to recommend to anyone, especially someone looking for a flagship phone. It's honestly, like, there's nothing I can really criticize about it. Unless you particularly looking for the best camera you can get on a smartphone, then there are other phones that would better suit you. But other than that, for most people, this does everything. Honestly, I can't really find a reason not to buy this. It's cheaper than most other flagship level phones. So obviously, it's not like it's a cheap phone, but it's cheaper than other flagship level phones, and it just does everything, and it just works and it gives no issues. And honestly, I love it. Yeah. I might end up keeping one for myself. I have a few other phones I'm going to review, but currently this is like leading the way for me. And yeah, that's my review of the OnePlus 15, and it's available at baldins.co.za/df.